When the physician expressed doubt that my son would regain consciousness, I didn't weep. Not because I wasn't shattered. I was. However, a deeper numbness enveloped me. And when my spouse turned and departed without a glance behind, it was then I realized I was the last one standing in his corner. The devices hummed ominously. The monitors emitted rhythmic beeps. I extended my fingers towards his hand, which was stiff and lifeless. Something fell to the ground with a clink, a key, small and worn, connected to a fragment of tattered paper. My father had used this key to access something. The writing was shaky, but it was unmistakably his. For hours, I remained seated there, clutching that key, hoping it could revive him. However, in the silence, an idea began to germinate. If he penned that note prior to the collision, he knew something, and someone didn't want him to reveal it. The ominous signs had been present for 6 months before the accident. Business was steady, not thriving, but secure. I had constructed the company from its foundations. My wife referred to it as my second child. She wasn't mistaken. Late nights, missed meals, I poured all of myself into it. All along, it was meant for us, for our future. Lately, though, she grew detached. Deceitful words. Forced smiles. She ceased to inquire about my day, started safeguarding her phone, and our son, Nathan, 16, began observing her discreetly. He wasn't a boisterous child, but he had an eye for detail. There was one night that stood out to me particularly. She arrived home late, claimed she was with friends. Nathan scrutinized her as if solving a conundrum. He remained quiet then, yet he saw right through her. After the accident, I discovered a key unlocked a locker. One of those common metal ones at the downtown train station. Inside, a flash drive, a handwritten note, and a disposable phone. The letter was intended for me. Dad, I believe Mom is unfaithful. I trailed her. The man she's seeing who works at your company. I recorded them. I didn't want to accept it, but I had to safeguard you. My throat constricted. I sat in the car for hours, parked, clutching the drive in my lap. On it, videos, images, audio. Wife and business manager. Meetings held at hotels. Secret discussions about dividing possessions, timing the divorce, replacing me. This wasn't just betrayal. It was a well-orchestrated overthrow. And my son, the quiet and astute boy, had discovered everything. Somehow she found out. That's the only plausible explanation. Because 2 days after those recordings were made, his car was struck by another vehicle. The authorities claimed it was an accident. I knew differently. I didn't challenge her. I feigned happiness, bestowed kisses on her cheek, pretended to be the loyal fool, let her believe she had triumphed. She began pushing for the sale of the company, claiming we needed a new beginning. What she truly meant was to cash out, exclude me, flee with him. So I devised a strategy. Initially, I shifted all my shares into a trust in Nathan's name. It was legal, silent, and irreversible. Next, I appointed a new financial officer. My man began providing false financial data to my operations head, made them believe the company was struggling. They started positioning themselves to seize control. I exposed a falsely incriminating email chain, indicating potential bankruptcy. This caused them to panic and act hastily. I observed as they illegally sold proprietary information to rivals. I documented each transaction and tracked the money to offshore accounts. I allowed them to dig their own graves. Then came the audit. I timed it appropriately. On the same day they planned an escape, I submitted an anonymous tip. Customs intercepted them before their flight departed. Charges included wire fraud, corporate theft, and insider trading. Their names were on every relevant document, while mine were expunged. The expression on her face, when the agents handcuffed her, she didn't sob or scream. She just stared at me, puzzled over how it all unraveled. I neither smiled nor gloated. Instead, I handed her the flash drive my son had left behind. She breathed her last in that hospital room shortly after, although she wasn't aware of it yet. It didn't bring my son back. However, on the day I sat next to him again, weeks after she was sentenced, his finger twitched. Each night, I visit the room of the one they labeled as having a reflex. I didn't contest their assessment. I saw awareness flickering in his gaze, as if he understood that justice had been served. Now, I spend each evening by his side, reading to him, waiting. His companionship is reassuring. Her name has vanished from all significant records, accounts, and memories. It wasn't a loss for me. It was reclaiming what belonged to me. All this happened because my son had faith in me, even when I was too oblivious to see. So I wait, anticipating his recovery, his first word. And when the moment arrives, I will share the truth with him. His silence saved me, while mine brought them down.